Okay.
All right.
So, this is Brett Luster reporting for the Alton Telegraph.
All right.
This is Susan Jolley, and she directs Crisis Food Center in Alton, Illinois. I was wanting to get together with Susan because she does great work for the community. This is our Leaders Making a Difference series. So I was wanting to know, Susan, why are you so passionate about feeding people?
Well, when you're hungry, it's hard to think about anything else. It's hard to think about going to school. It's hard to think about what your homework is. It's hard to think about, getting a better job. It's hard to think about anything. If you're hungry, you're thinking about what you're going to eat. And so, although I've never had long-term hunger in my life, I know that we have a recipe in my family that came when my mother opened the cupboards, and there was this and this and this, and she said, I wonder what that'll taste like all together, because that's all there was. And it tasted pretty good, and so it's now a recipe. But I know that there are a lot of families now for whom that kind of experience happens every day, where they open the cupboards and there isn't anything there. So being able to provide food that fills bellies is great. But what we do, and why I'm passionate about the Crisis Food Center, is that we distribute a 5-day supply of nutritionally balanced food. So it isn't just whatever comes to the center goes out. We buy the foods that aren't donated to us that allow us to provide our families with nutritional balance. And that's hugely important in today's world of obesity and today's world with some of the diseases that are becoming prevalent. And so I guess that's why I'm passionate about what I do here.
So what have you done in the past that sort of led up to this and given you the help to be able to reach out to people in this way?
I've been really lucky in my adult life to be able to choose what I get to do. As I raised kids, I volunteered obviously in the school atmosphere. As they got old enough to, as soon as the last one got his driver's license, then you are no longer needed as a parent. I don't know if you know that yet, but that's what happens. And so I was able to choose some other nonprofit work. When we moved here to Alton, I became aware that this job opening, and I knew I could feed families. I knew I could pay for groceries, and so I thought it was a good fit.
Great. Also, you have a crisis on your hands for as far as the food shortage, and could you explain to me more about what the Crisis Food Center needs?
Sure. This, when I took this job, I was really worried that our clients' demand would go up and our donations would go down. This is a wonderfully generous area, and we have had an outpouring of donations of in-kind, of our non-perishable items, and we're just overwhelmed with the generosity of this area in that regard. And while our donations haven't necessarily dropped in our monetary donations, they have not kept pace with the number of clients that we're seeing. And so our ability to buy that chicken and the sausage and the eggs and the things that round out that nutritional balance is becoming harder and harder to do. So what the Crisis Food Center needs right now is monetary donations.
Okay. Can you tell me maybe what it's like, are the most important parts about being a leader and serving people? What does it mean to you to elevate people and give them value in a way?
Well, our mission is to inspire our community in the fight against hunger. And I do see myself as a leader in that movement. I think people would be surprised at the face of hunger in this area. I don't know that anybody's welcome to come down and volunteer with us and see just who the hungry people are, and I think that they might be surprised. It's important that I tell the story of hunger throughout this community, and I'm happy to talk to and have in fact talked with churches and other civic groups and other organizations about what we do here, what our needs are, and how they can help. Everybody, at least at some point in their lives, has, even if they've missed a meal, felt that hunger. And if you multiply that, if you think about multiplying that, most people are easily persuaded that hunger is an issue worth worrying about.
Okay. And this is Susan Jolley, and this is Brett Luster reporting with her here at the Crisis Food Center in Alton. We are in our Leaders Making a Difference series. Thank you very much for joining us, Susan.
Thank you for thinking of us.
This is Brett Luster signing off from the Alton Telegraph. Bye-bye.
Thanks. And you're going to